Hello, wonderful woman. Today we're going to talk about binge eating and 5 incredible strategies that you can apply today so that you can regain control over your life. If you don't know me, my name is Claudia Vidor. I'm a nutrition and dietetic clinician, and I work specifically with women that have a disordered relationship with food and training and are suffering from hormonal imbalances and subfertility. So binge eating is something that people occasionally do, like on Christmas, on special occasions, or when on holiday. So the binging behavior that I'm referring to is not something that you normally do on Christmas or at the end of the year, but it's when you consume a large quantities of food in a short amount of time, often to the point of discomfort, and you feel without control. There is that feeling of loss of control. While certain thoughts and feelings can be temporarily relieved by a binge eating episode, it is often followed by intense emotional feelings, intense emotional turmoil. Feelings of guilt about eating certain foods or eating in a certain way can contribute to the shame around having binge eating disorder. Shame and guilt can affect attention and concentration at school, at work, or can result in being secret around these behaviors. And I don't know if you have ever found yourself in a position where you have been hiding your desire to eat a huge quantity of food around the people that you love the most. For these reasons, it does affect relationship and increase social isolations. So binge eating disorder is also called as BED, is the most common eating disorders amongst Americans and also Australians. And it is not due to laziness or weakness in character, as it often believed, or it was believed in the past, but there are many different reasons why people tend to binge. So the first one is binging caused by restriction. So let's say, for example, that you're overly hungry and you save your calories in the first part of the day. It's almost impossible to pay attention to hunger and satiety cues when you get to a point of starvation. The physical drive to eat is so strong, it usually overrides everything else. The same is true when you hold yourself back from eating certain foods. So it may be hard to accept that restricting food is setting you up for a binge, but binging is a rebellious act against rigidity, rules, and restrictions. So if you have been on a diet for quite a while, or if you have been having this type of disorder behaviors around food where you don't allow yourself to have a cupcake if you really want it, or if you have that mentality of I will start again on Monday, that's possibly one of the reasons why you have been experiencing this type of relationship with food. Sometimes we also do tend to see binge episodes when people foods label foods are good or bad, and the reality is that there are foods that there are no good or bad foods, because foods have no moral values, but as long as you have food that are on the list or are off the list, that can definitely trigger a binge. Binging sometimes can also result from strong feelings. So emotional eating is common for everyone once in a while. Still, emotional eating can turn into disorder eating behaviors if you do not find other ways to deal with your feelings. So do you go to food after a fight with a partner or a friend, or when things don't go too well at work? Do you eat because you're sad, lonely, fearful? Do you find yourself binging on carbohydrates-rich foods? Then you may be experiencing emotional eating. Binging on highly palatable and normally also bad food on the list changes the brain chemistry and reinforcing that desire of eating even more food. Another type of binging is the unconscious or habitual binge. So this type of binging is used to escape or to numb out. It is very common when you procrastinate on something that you don't want to do, such as difficult task or a phone call or talking to your boss about a delicate matter, or maybe with your boyfriend as well. You might even don't know why you're eating, and that's why it's called unconscious eating. In this case, it is important to avoid places or situations that encourage this type of behavior, like, for example, watching TV to zone out after a stressful day. And if your binge is linked to procrastination, learn to set small and achievable goals to avoid overwhelm. So an invitation for you: the next time that you have an urge to binge, postpone the urge by 5 to 10 minutes and write down what is triggering it and what you're feeling. It is also essential to ask yourself, what do you need? The answer may be very straightforward. Maybe you just need a night off on your own, or it can be quite complicated. So, for example, leaving your relationship. But it's still very fundamental to bring awareness to your thoughts and feelings and the reasons why you are binging. So now let's get to the 5 ways that you can actually decrease your binge episodes, or you can eliminate the binges completely. So the first one is to bring awareness to triggers. As common as it sounds, it is crucial to identify what triggers your behaviors before moving forward. If you don't know how to prevent obstacles from blocking your path, it will be much more difficult to recover, as you won't go too far. So think about it. What is it? What are your triggers? Is that a person, a place, a feeling? Just write it down. Spend some time thinking about what it is, how to prevent it, and how to keep it away from you, especially when you feel vulnerable and prone to binge. The second one is distraction. So, although distraction is an avoidance behavior, it is a skill to master when dealing with binging episodes. And sometimes it's much easier to distract yourself for 5 to 10 minutes instead of going through the binge episodes. So it is sometimes enough to do something different to take us away from an overwhelmed state of mind. So the question is, what can you do instead of mindlessly eating? You can call a friend or someone that you trust. You can go for a walk in nature. You can just simply clean the house, clean your desk. You can paint, read, watch video with puppies or kitties, or you can go for a drive and listen to some loud music. So find what works for you and just have a tool of distractive behaviors, not destructive, distraction behaviors that you can use when you feel that a binge is about to take place. Another thing that I really enjoy is self-soothing. Very similar to distraction, self-soothing is a way to show your body and mind that you care deeply about yourself. And it is also a way to connect with your deeper self and calm your nervous system. So I'm going to give you 5 examples of how you can self-soothe yourself. You can engage your sense of vision, so you can look at nature or pictures of people you love. You can engage your sense of touch, so you can have a hot bath or a shower or go for a massage. You can engage the sense of taste, so you can have a cup of tea or just have your new lip balm or just choose your favorite meal. You can engage the sense of smell, so burn a candles or just use some essential oils. Or you can engage the sense of hearing, so once again, listen to some music, meditate, jump in the kitchen, have fun. And then the last couple of things that I really would like to encourage you to do is support, and also sometimes texting. Support is essential in life, and especially when going through recovery from disorder behaviors around food and training. So if you're struggling with binging episodes, share your story with someone that you trust and ask them to be your support network. It is also paramount to find a professional, because most of your friends won't have the right answers at the right time. But this shouldn't stop you from sharing what is going on with you. It is essential to let it out and move on with your life. Texting has also shown that it can support a person to change their behavior. So it is a good idea to text before engaging in a binging episode, or to book an appointment or a call to celebrate a win, or to keep to be held accountable, or when having a difficult time. Texting provides connection, accountability, and can serve as a distraction. I have many women in the HA community that whenever they feel that they are about to engage in a behavior, they simply send me a text message, and even if I don't answer to them straight away, it's enough for them to create the buffer time and to take a break before engaging in the behavior and to have a binge. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you could find some things that you can actually apply into your life. And if you would like to work with the professionals that specialize in disorder behaviors around food and training, and that can help you to restore your hormonal balance and boost your fertility, just make sure to book in a free call with me today, so we can find out sooner rather than later if we are a match made in heaven. So just simply click on the link below, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye for now.